Welcome to this edition of NECA Newscast. I'm Tom Green, and today on the show we'll give you an update on what the Government Affairs team is focusing on as we look ahead to 2016. Then we're going to show you some interesting new products from our premier partners. And finally, we'll meet with Electrical Contractor magazine publisher John Mazel about the future of electrical contracting and building integrated systems. It all starts right now. As we look ahead to 2016, what are the political issues we should be focusing on that are most important to our industry? Executive Director of NECA Government Affairs, Marco Giamberardino, fills us in on the top two issues that matter the most right now.
As we enter 2016, we're focusing on our top two issues. The first is completing the job on pension reform, and the second is repeal of the Cadillac tax on our health plans. First, on pension reform. We got the bulk of what we were working on last Congress approved, and it passed in December of 2014. But now we have to finish the job and get composite plans authorized by Congress. Composite plans are the future for multi-employer pension plans. They are going to give our contractors the ability to fully fund those pension plans without the burden of withdrawal liability, and it's going to be able to provide a reliable, predictable retirement for our retirees.
Marco says another pressing issue is the impending 2018 imposition of a Cadillac tax on our health plans.
It's a 40% levy on the value of our coverage that we provide to our employees. We've been working throughout all of 2015 with members of Congress across both sides of the aisle who agree that this is a punitive tax on employers who provide top quality health care to their employees.
With the upcoming presidential election, Marco says now is the time we need to press on these issues.
Before we know it, the election season is going to hit this spring, and it's going to take up a lot of the oxygen in Washington. That's why we need to keep pressing on these issues. We need to engage our contractors to let their members of Congress know that they need to act on these priorities as soon as possible.
The 2015 NECA trade show in San Francisco was full of great ideas and products. We checked out a couple of highly talked about new products from our premier partners.
One cool thing that Milwaukee has out now is the introduction of OneKey. And this is an exciting program for us that we're really launching between now and January of 2016. And OneKey is the culmination of a lot of new technologies within our power tools as well as technologies outside of our tools that bring things like tool control, inventory management, and even tool reporting to our customer base. To give you an example on what tool control really means, it's the ability to completely set up and control a tool for what's right for you. And we have the ability to save up to 4 different settings on a tool and customize them in exactly how you want them to be used for. So for example, right now this is a full speed, almost 3,000 RPM impact driver. And if I wanted to make an adjustment to something a little bit more delicate and a little bit slower and that's easier to use, better for the fasteners, you can do so real time, save that onto the tool, put your phone away, and go about your business.
Southwire also has a great new product that not only saves time, but helps with safety on the job.
So normally when a big heavy reel of wire is pulled on a job site or put on a job site, these flanges don't rotate. It's just a big wooden reel and it doesn't maneuver around corners. So a lot of times what you have 2 or 3 guys really trying to manhandle and muscle this thing around on a job site. Somebody's going to get hurt, fingers pinched, strained muscles, what have you. So this is Southwire's simple reel. And what it does, it allows really one person to move 6,000 pounds around on a job site effortlessly. And you can see this thing probably has 2,000 or 3,000 pounds loaded on it, and I can move it with one hand. And if I use both hands, I can spin it on a dime, go around a 90-degree corner, roll it up to wherever my pull point's going to be, chock it into place, and do my pull right there. When it's done, it's taken off the job site by the distributor.
And now we talk to John Mazel, publisher of Electrical Contractor magazine, about building integrated systems. He says the industry is experiencing a tremendous amount of change, and it is in part due to what is happening with these systems.
Transformations is, again, in the role and scope of the traditional electrical contractor, where their function has moved from that of, again, traditionally a purchaser and installer of various electrical apparatus, whatever it happens to be, high voltage or low, or systems. Then they have basically transformed their role into that of a key specification and design partner in the entire building team. They're sitting at the design table far more often and quite a bit earlier than they ever have before. And a part of that is due to what's happening with integrated systems. There really are 5 essential areas and components to a total integrated system: data communications, fire life safety systems, energy efficiency, physical and electronic security systems, building operations. Building owners today well, they always have been, but especially today, they're looking for any way that they can possibly extract measurable value out of their properties. Now, that can be measured in a number of different ways to grow their ROI on that particular property. Energy efficiency falls directly to the owner's bottom line. They are demanding in more and more cases that all of these functions ideally could be performed by one entity. It's not always the case, but the best hope for that is to have the electrical contractor be that single source, or as close to single source as they possibly can get.
To read more about what's going on in our industry, you can find Electrical Contractor Magazine at ecmag.com. Well, that's it for this edition of NECA Newscast. For more information on how you can get involved in our efforts, go to necanet.org. You can also find NECA on Facebook and Twitter. Until next time, I'm Tom Green.